Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today let's go over another premium hard database question that I just solved on my own. So I'm super happy about this and I'm very glad that I was able to come up with my own solution to this question without any assistance. So let me show you how I did it. This one is number 2991 called Top 3 Wineries. So basically, for each country, we want to get the top 3 wineries based on their points and then their name. Okay, so pretty straightforward, but it can be a little hard to parse this, and you have to replace second and third if they're not there. So I'll show you how I'm going to take care of this. Basically, let's first get each country and let's get all the points and the wineries. We don't care about the ID. That's not really being used here. At least I didn't use it. So let's go ahead and create a default dictive type list. And let's loop through each country in the wineries table. So wineries, country column. And so we're going to just append for the country, the here it says the points and then the winery name. So let's do that in order. Wineries points of I, wineries name, or winery of I. Cool. And then let's go ahead and sort this based on the, well, first of all, we don't want to do that yet because I'll show you here. If we print this out, you can see that you have two different ones for Royal Vines. We want to combine them together because if you see USA here is 86. So let's call this total, or let's just call this aggregate. And that's just going to be default dictive type integer. So let's call this now. So for n and now, we're just going to say for this country, we're just going to keep adding it. So we'll get Royal Vines as a one-to-many relationship, 86 total. So let's say ag of n of 1, add n of 0. And then let's print this aggregate dictionary. Okay. Okay, cool. So you can see Royal Vines 86 now. Now begins the real work of actually ordering this. So let's go ahead and get all of them and get the top 3. So let's call this top 3 for A and ag. Top 3 dot appends. We want the number of points. So ag of A, and then the key itself is the name. And then we want to sort top 3 by the points and then the name. So the points first is just going to be, let's actually do this, x of 0. So let's get top 3 and let's get the actual country name. Aggregate of A, let's see here. Let's see. Yeah, so we do want to get those as the top. But I don't know if I already sorted this. So top 3 dot sorts x 0 negative x 0, right? Okay, cool. So now we have this, and then let's do x of 1. Hopefully that lets me sort. Okay, cool. So now you can see 85, 84. Well, I don't think it makes a difference for this test case, but for the other ones it does. And if you don't have anyone, you got to fill in no 2 and no 3. So yeah, let's just actually get the size of our top 3, because if this is 1, for example, the way I did it is just loop from 1 to 4, because there's only going to be 3 that we care about at most. So let's actually say top 3 is top 3 up to 3. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. Just to avoid some trouble. So now if, let's say if I is bigger than the size, because let's say this is 1, length of 1. That's what this is. This is going to be 1 for Hungary. Then we're just going to, if it's bigger than it, then we can just say if I equals a 2, because we only have a few cases. Let's just call this substitute. Sub.appends no second winery. So no second winery. And then if I is equal to 3, then we can append no third winery. Okay, so now let's print K top 3 and then sub. Okay, awesome. So let's see. Okay, cool. This is exactly what we need. Cool. Now we just have to clean this up and add the parentheses in between. So let's call this, did we use tot already? No, we didn't. Okay, let's call this total. And let's just go through T in top 3. We're going to add this and then this. So total.append, let's just say, well, this is backwards. We can just say T of 1 plus this. So parentheses 100, closing parentheses. So string 100, T0, plus a closing parentheses. So that's just going to be, hopefully that's what we need. So let's print total. Let's see. Total. Okay, but we also have to do for sub total.append s, because sometimes no second, no third wineries. And let's print K and total. Get rid of this. Does this look correct? Oh, we need another space. This is kind of a pain. That's okay. Plus this. Okay, cool. So that looks correct. That looks weird. Why is this spacing like that? I have to add this here. I'm sure there's a better way to do this, but again, this is just my own way of doing it. Okay, so now we can just, this is one row, right? So this is really awesome because we can just sort of aggregate it. So we're going to append K, and then notice this is a 3 element array. So we can just get tot 0, tot 1, tot 2. They're always going to have 3, right? Tot 0, tot 1, and then tot 2. And then now that we have everything, we need to sort by country in ascending order. So X0, and then we can just go ahead and get the results. So data frame country is equal to let's just 1 A B C D for Y and answer Y0 Y1 Y2 and Y3. So country, top winery, second winery, third winery. So A, top winery, second winery, third winery, and then return the result. Okay, so let's run this, submit it, and there you go, passes all test cases. So again, I'm super happy that I was able to come up with my own solution to this problem without any help and solve it completely on my own. Also 100% runtime in memory, which is quite rare for my own solutions that sort of look as messy as this one. I'm sure there's a more efficient way to do like this part, but again, the purpose of my channel is to show you my very own thought process and my very own work without any assistance. So Yep, that's it for this video, and thank you for watching.